guys, it's Alvi here with your pile choices for this week. So I want you to just tune in and pick whichever pile or piles you're guided to, and then check the description that's below for the time step so you can go straight to the reading or readings that you chose. And I'll see you over there in the readings. Hey guys, Alvi here. This is Group 1's reading. So let's have a look and see what your first message is. Okay, Journey to Wholeness. Oh, I like this one. Sound good. Let's get the book out and see what it says. Let me see how we go. If I can find it, of course. Obviously, this is talking about healing. It's talking about bringing all those parts of you back that might be somewhere else. I'm getting like a soul retrieval type energies coming through here with this picture, this message. Where are we? Here we go. Self-acceptance, wholeness, unconditional love, soul fragments returning, accepting others as they are, staying energetically present, accepting all parts of self, healing, internal disease. Cool. All right, so this card is about loving yourself and others from a sense of wholeness, exactly as you are right now. It is only from this space that healing can take place. We may find ourselves in relationships and scenarios where we can see great potential. We may have concepts of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projections and ideals. We could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or status. That success will somehow make everything better. Unfortunately, this takes us out of our present and makes our love somewhat conditional. To be a healer, transcend the perspective that the being in front of you needs to be fixed. Hold the vision that they are perfect as they are. From this place, they can heal themselves through the transformative power of acceptance. Acknowledge the full spectrum of a picture and bring any fractured parts back of a picture. Doesn't make any sense. Acknowledge the full spectrum of a picture and bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. In this place, we are whole, and thus we have the power to step into the brightest version of ourselves. Yes, so as I said, and it's pretty self-explanatory too, I guess, is that, it's bringing about back parts of you, but it's also this message that I channeled a long time ago, to remember that you're fine the way you are. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes on in the spiritual community, especially on Facebook, about how you have to heal, especially I noticed in the twin flame paradigm that it's often, like, oh, if it's not working out, it's because you need to heal something. There's something wrong with you in a way. That's not how it's said, but that's kind of what's implied. It's like the stuff within you that needs to get healed, but it's not. It's bullshit. We all have our own perfect radiant core vibration, right? And sometimes to heal is to release the things that are stopping that core vibration from being able to vibrate, I guess. I guess that's more what healing is. It's not fixing, it's releasing, it's going back to who you truly are. And sometimes you might need to bring in, there might be parts of your soul that are still stuck in old traumas and things like that. So a bit of soul retrieval kind of energy coming through here as well. But yeah, it's a great message to remember that you're whole. And even, even if there are things that you would like to improve about yourself, or about even sometimes about other people or situations and things like that, just accepting it for what it is often the catalyst for it to change in itself, or for you to be able to feel whole, or to feel that love. If you are sitting in unconditional love, you're perfect, and it's easier to change. It's easier for the things that you want to call in to come to you, because you're not repelling them with this idea of having to go and fix things and stuff. And then the next message is, don't give up, follow your vision boldly. So this is already giving me ideas that you have a vision, and that this journey to wholeness is part of recreating or creating whatever it is that you're focused on, that you want, that you desire, that you're trying to bring in, or that you're manifesting into your life. Maybe you're feeling a little disheartened, maybe you're feeling like, have I really chosen the right thing and stuff like that. They're kind of telling me into the book, just so I feel like I'm reading a lot of books today, but yeah, they're telling me get into the book because there's a bit more of a message to come through that's written by the author. So yeah, but it's definitely a feeling that has been going around. It's doing its rounds in the collective for a lot of people. It's like, am I on track? Why does this path that I have chosen seem so difficult right now? And like feeling like giving up. But yeah, this card obviously is a message for you to say, don't give up. Because you are on the right track, but sometimes, especially when there's, big shifts and energy changes and stuff like that, things get difficult, things get challenging for a while. Also, when you are about to jump into a new timeline or change things, when you're changing things, everything sort of sometimes seems to fall apart, and it can feel like, why? What is going on here? What's the deal? Why is this all happening, kind of thing? But it's actually just things breaking down so the new can come in. So there's space. It's like making space for the new scenario, the new you, the new person, the new whatever. Because this is a general reading, there's going to be different scenarios for everyone, but you'll know what it is for you. Okay, so let's have a look. Let me do my I should be wearing glasses, but I'm not. When we hear about successful people, we usually don't hear about their mistakes and how they handle challenges. To the most motivated people, failure is a stepping stone to achievement. There is no great talent without great willpower. Dealing with risks on the soul's journey requires endurance. A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its presence, or perseverance, sorry. See, I told you, glasses. Anyway, the ability to endure a divine gift granted to it is, sorry, the ability to endure is a divine gift granted to everybody. You were born with a mental durability to translate your intentions into actions. This just really hit a note with me then about the action thing. I don't know where I was hearing it from. Maybe it was like a message I was getting in my sleep, but it was about taking action. It's like, without all the intentions in the world, won't do anything unless you take action on it, unless you do the things, right? So I don't know why, but that seems to be an important message to remind people, to remind you, right, that all the intentions in the world won't do much. I think, I can't remember when it was a while ago, a couple of years ago. That was another download that came to me at that time. It was like, intentions are great, but actions create. So without the action, it's nothing. It's just an idea. Pardon me, I'm gassy. That's usual. I don't know why it happens. Well, I do. It's the energy moving through me. But anyway, so where are we? How you use it is in your hands. Let me just reread that, because that sort of sounded really out of context. You were born with the mental durability to translate your intentions into actions. How you use your hand, how you use it is hands. Could I stumble over my words anymore? The key is to trust your heart to develop more desire and more motivation. Okay, so trust your heart to develop more desire and motivation. I will stop tripping. I'll stop tripping over my words eventually, is what I was trying to say. There will be the will to take risks and have faith that you can face difficult situations. Sorry, another out of context. Or have the will. Okay, have the will to take risks and have faith that you can face difficult situations. Believe in your capacity to adapt and identify the steps necessary to keep moving forward in the right direction. When you combine your willpower with love, you can wholeheartedly face challenges as they arrive. Constantly look for something to inspire you to carry on, and make sure that your path is in the direction of your vision. Combine your habits with good mental attitude and develop determination. If you want to increase your willpower, be more optimistic and hopeful. Treat feelings of defeat as a lesson rather than a setback, and have the full trust in power of your process. I am resilient and capable of being all that I want to be. So yeah, it's kind of giving me the feeling, right, that there's something going on with you that you sorry, just checking phones. I saw a message. I'm gonna make sure it's not something important. No, it's not, it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, there's this message that's sort of coming through here, and it's sort of like, with these two cards combined, the message for you is, there's something that you are feeling, I wouldn't say uninspired, but put off from. And it's a desire, it's a something that you want to work on or have desired to work on, but you feel like you're facing a lot of setbacks. The key to sort of overcoming those setbacks is finding the missing part. After I say the like, you don't need fixing, but it's just finding that part of you that might be hiding under the shadow, or it might be something that you just need to tweak. It might be something that's making you feel unwhole when you truly are whole. That's going to give you the inspiration, that's going to give you the key to not giving up and to actually achieving what it is that you set out to achieve, or however that works for you. Let me see, what shall I use? I feel like we need an oracle. These ones. Okay. So, yeah, let's have a look. See what messages we have for you. Group 1 from your angel cards. Trust. All right, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. So trust that you're on the right path. Trust that things are going to work out. This is just, it's a minor setback. And I remember a few years ago writing a piece or an article or whatever you want to call it, post on Facebook, about how when you feel like this, like there's this, what it actually is, it's pullback so that you can get some trajectory for flying forward. It's not to stop you, it's actually for you to sit and go, okay, so what can help me move forward? What's going to release that arrow? Speaking metaphorically, obviously. What is it that I need to do? So trusting in yourself and trusting in the messages that come through to you. I feel like for some of you, maybe a healing session, Reiki session, chakra balancing, shamanic healing, energy healing of some kind might help you find those places and spaces. Let me just tune in a little. I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't know. For some of you, this might be a message about a relationship. That's what I'm getting. That's what I was trying to tune into then. I was asking my guides, is this what it looks like, kind of thing? It could be a message, about meeting the right person. maybe you're finding that you're just meeting a bunch of people that don't resonate, or you keep ending up with this same sort of cycle, this same sort of person going through this same cycle with a different person, but it's almost the same anyway. Um, what they're saying to me, if that's the context that you're hearing this reading in, is that first of all, it's not, don't give up. There's something, this is actually giving you this journey to wholeness, because every time, and this is what I think it's Abraham Hicks as well says, it's like every time you have a connection or a relationship that doesn't really work, or like it almost works but it doesn't, it's showing you what you don't want. It's showing you, like, this doesn't work for me, so now I know next time that that comes up, I'll just say no, that's sorry, that's it, kind of thing. And while that can be difficult, it's actually helping you create a more holistic view of what you want, because sometimes we just go into things thinking, oh, it'll be love and that'll be fine and that's all we need. And that's not really the truth in relationships. It's not a love ship, it's a relationship, right? It's relating. So that's just for some of you. Let's see what else comes through here. I think for others of you, it could just be relating to career or business or something like that as well. Or perhaps you are you know yeah, I don't know, I just keep getting relationship, and I'm getting different messages now. So let's have a look what this one was. The answer is no. Okay. Whatever the question is, that's funny because it's sort of like so counterintuitive to the rest of the message, right? So maybe you're asking yourself a question about a particular situation or person or something like that. So then the answer is no. So let me just think. Mm, it's tuning in, seeing if I can get some more channeled messages, some energy, tuning into the energy. There's something there. Sometimes it's difficult to translate into human words. It's funny that it's like you'd think you would be able to, but no, not always. Pardon my guess. Mm. All right, I'm not getting anything. I'm going to grab tarot because that's always the go-to here. It helps for sure. Um, what's with group one? What does group one need to know? What does group one need to know from this reading? These messages. What messages do your guides, angels, ancestors, source, higher self have for group one in regards to don't give up and your journey to wholeness? To trust the journey, I think, is something that's coming through here. I feel like you do have a vision, group one, like it's something very specific that you're either manifesting or something that you want in your life. I feel like it's quite a specific thing too, but it's related to you becoming whole. It's related to you kind of reclaiming your divinity in a way, reclaiming your wholeness. I thought that I was going to channel out some other wonderful word, but that's just what came through. So yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Um, let's have a look and see. Don't give up. These some messages about what group one should not give up on. Okay. Something causing you anxiety, stress, lack of sleep, It's something there's don't know why, but they're saying don't give up on it. I feel like that this is kind of part of this path of finding those parts of yourself that make you feel whole in a way. Um, that sounds really weird because this is not it's not a nice energy to be in. Perhaps this is where you are right now. You're stressing about it. You're feeling anxious. You might be losing sleep or sleeping badly. It might be something that you're constantly thinking about, like, how can I fix this? Can I fix this? Should I keep going? All of those kinds of things. Then we had the Three of Pentacles in reverse come up. So I'm kind of seeing like there's a lack of collaboration here, or you feel separated from a community or a group of friends or a certain thing, like you feel left out. And I think that's what's causing the anxiety. It's hard to explain because I don't think that you are like left out entirely. I feel like it's sort of like the way that you're feeling is making you not want to be around people, or even when you're around people you still feel alone because you don't really, there's something not quite there, there's something missing, there's something that is something that perhaps needs to come through, as I said, through a healing session or something like that, you know. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, specific message for some of you. If you're feeling in this energy and it's because of something that you're trying to achieve, or, you know, that whatever it is they're saying, don't give up on. It's, I feel like maybe you're trying to get past this energy, that you're healing this kind of pattern within yourself, this pattern of feeling left out and this pattern of wondering why you're always the one that's left out, or, you know, something like that, feeling isolated emotionally. You're working on healing that. You've recognized it as a pattern, perhaps, or a belief or something like that. And they're saying don't give up on that right now because it's important for your journey to wholeness, back to your heart, sort of thing. More messages for group one, please. Would be great. They're not coming today. Their cards are taking ages to pop up. Can we get some more messages for group one on this, please? Please explain this Nine of Swords and Three of Pentacles reverse energy a bit more. Okay, all right, we've got some jumped up. That's half the deck, but we'll have a little go. We'll see. Seeing that I was taking so long to get a message. All right, so, ooh, okay. Well, a lot of reversed energies here. Oh, you must be going through it, I reckon. The first one we have here is the Five of Wands. This is competition. This is like fighting, having to fight for your place. It's you know, fighting for your position in whatever place this is, but it's in reverse. So I feel like it's sort of like, for some of you, you'd rather withdraw from a situation than have to fight for your place because you don't really see why you should have to. And honestly, you shouldn't. If it's that kind of energy, just choosing not to take part in whatever competition it is and going, well, you know what, if that's the case, then I don't care about getting my wishes fulfilled. I'm still leaving. I'm withdrawing from this energy because it's too much for me, or this situation. That's what I'm getting here with these cards. Oh, I'm so chesty today. Okay. What I'm seeing coming through here, we have the Nine of Wands. So this is like, it's sort of like the final hurdle. That's what I'm getting. It's sort of like this is the last lap of the race, or it's that where you've walked all the way nearly to the top of the hill, but you can't get any further until you stop and have a rest. It's that kind of energy. That's what the Nine of Wands often is. It's like I'm almost there, but there's just this little bit further that I need to go, and it kind of feels exhausting. It feels like, really? Do I have to keep going with this? Really? It's funny to come up with that. I feel like it's sort of, this is the energy that's coming through with these cards is this is a cycle. This is something you keep going around and around in. It's like, well, yeah, I do want that, but oh, if I have to do that, or if it means I have to fight for my position, or I have to fight for what I, what my birthright is, or however it works for your particular situation, then I'm just, no, I don't want it. It's kind of like that energy. It's like, this is too hard. I give up. I'm walking away from it. But then it's almost like they're saying to you, the guides, like, don't give up, because this is the last leg. Like, you're finally getting somewhere into creating this, whatever it is, into bringing this, whatever it is, into your life. God, there's so many cards here. So bringing whatever it is into your life, like it's this last little hurdle, and this last little hurdle, if you keep going with this, if you keep working on yourself and bringing yourself back to wholeness and bringing those parts of you back and trusting in the path, you'll get over that hurdle, and then you'll finally get to having the Nine of Cups come in this way, which is wish fulfillment. It's like having whatever it is, the desire that they're talking about in the Don't Give Up card. It's talking about like having that come in the right way, so having that desire fulfilled. Let's see what I've chucked those other ones back in, because I feel like there were so many there, and if they're the right message, they're going to come through anyway. I'm laughing because I can see little feet behind me in the mirror. Hide your toes, mister. Hide them away. They're wiggling in the background. It's very distracting. Okay, so let's have a look here and see what else we've got. All right, getting over the hurdle. What does Group 1 need to know about getting over this hurdle? Is it something that's going to happen organically? Is it something that we need to process? Sometimes these things are like processing emotions and stuff like that helps bring you back to wholeness as well. So I was going to say changing patterns. So that's more about understanding what you do and why you do it from a subconscious level, that you might be doing something or thinking something or having some kind of resonance within your energy field that creates this that roundabout situation that I was talking about, where you feel like it's just anxiety, where it's just like feeling separated from community or support, or from working with other people, or connecting with other people, because you'd rather not you don't want to be part of a competition type energy, and that's fair enough. But I feel like sometimes you have to kind of go, hey, it's all right to like not want to fight about it, but you got to stand your ground as well, right? So you've got to know who you are, what you want, and accept nothing less, I think, is kind of the message that's coming through here as well. All right, let's have a look and see what other messages we have about getting over this last hurdle. I feel like once you've done this, this isn't going to be a problem for you anymore. It's like closing a cycle, moving on to a new one. Still puzzled over that no and what that means. I was talking about relationships. I don't know. It'll come. If it doesn't, who knows? It wasn't meant to, I suppose. Sometimes there's messages that just aren't there or aren't meant to be. Okay, so we have, all right, there we go, the Lovers. Yep. So this may very well be about a relationship, a love relationship, a friend, anything to do with something that you love. So it could be like a passion project or something you're really involved in, but it's also something that's causing you a lot of stress. and to withdraw and to feel anxious and things like that. So I feel like you're going to get over the hurdle and into this energy, into the unconditional love energy, which does it. It's a far more conducive kind of energy to bringing your desires to fruition, that's for sure. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. So this is like being a bit of a control freak. That's Emperor in reverse. It's sort of like, it's like when strategy goes too far and it has to be exactly like this, and that kind of thing. Perhaps maybe being a bit of an egomaniac. I don't know why that's come up though. I don't quite know how this is threading in. So I feel like releasing that part, that's part of this energy. It's releasing that energy for you. Coming over that hurdle is releasing that Emperor in reverse type feeling. So releasing your grip on something, that's what I'm hearing. Releasing your grip on something or someone even. Um, what have we got here? How many cards did I drop? Okay, so we have this, which is the Two of Wands. We have this energy coming through. This is, yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, all right, so they're saying like this, yeah, this is definitely, I mean, as I say, it doesn't always have to be romantic love. It could be any kind of love. But what I'm getting here is that this is something that you have a lot of passion for, but there's like, it's like you're not, there's no plan, or there has been no plan specifically. It's just kind of winging it, hoping for the best. Things are going to go this way, and then going back into this kind of cycle because there's no, let's speak about it in terms of like a relationship, okay? Because that's probably the best way that I can explain it. Was like, you say you're in this kind of on again, off again connection. You don't really know where you are because you don't really communicate. There's the shit communication in this connection. And there's no planning. It's just very spontaneous, and sometimes that's fun, but it always sends you back into this kind of energy here where you feel like, you know, you're crying in your pillow at night, you're not sleeping, you want to separate yourself from working with, other people, being around your friends, working together with people, or even the person, you don't want to even talk to them. You feel like you'd rather walk away than have to be in competition with whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be other people like being involved in the relationship, but it could be. It might also mean that there's just like they're busy and you feel like you're in competition with that, and you'd rather walk away and not have that connection or that relationship, and then you go back around because you've got this card, you've got this, but what, I'll give it one more try, right? But it's also giving it one more try in a different way. It's bringing in a strategy, it's bringing in planning, because then we have the Two of Wands. So having a bit more structure, I feel, is maybe what's coming in for you. And as I said, that scenario for a relationship doesn't have to be the way it plays out for you. It could be anything that you feel deeply about, like that you have a lot of love for. Then we have, so bringing in there's plans, right? This is the Two of Wands is planning. It's looking ahead. It's like I said, using a strategy, maybe planning a trip, maybe planning to go somewhere or do something. Perhaps with your person, if that's how this is resonating with you. That we also have the Three of Wands. So I don't know if it's something, maybe it's something you're going to keep feeling. The Three of Cups, not the Three of Wands. Three of Cups talks about celebration, but it also talks about like gossip, and it can mean that there's like third parties involved. So not necessarily, that they're cheating, but it could be, like a meddling mother, or the a typical mother-in-law sort of thing where they're interfering in the relationship because they don't think they're good enough for their son, or something weird like that, like you see on Passions or something. But no, what I'm getting from this is that is not this energy. That is not this energy. It's not like there's more than one. It's not a group thing. Basically, it's not a group thing. It's planning something that doesn't involve. And like I said, as soon as I picked that up, I was like, maybe it's something that you're not telling people about, not telling the group about, not telling your friends about, not telling your your peers about. Maybe it's something that you're just kind of keeping to yourself, this plan, this idea, this strategy, this trip, whatever it might be. Let's see what else. This is getting quite fascinating. What else does group one, I was going to say group three, what the heck? That's group one need to know about this upcoming period of time where they are releasing this energy of not wanting to be, of if I have to fight for it, then I don't want it. Which is a fair call if you ask me, but also, sometimes you do need to fight for things that you want, because otherwise, the universe doesn't know that you want it if you're just willing to let it go completely and go, whatever. So let's see what else. Dropping them everywhere. What else does group one need to know? Keeping it quiet. I wouldn't say the word secret came into my head. So definitely something you're not telling a group about. Definitely not involving more, a lot of people in whatever it is. It might be just like a need to know type of situation. Whether that's because you don't want everyone to know what your aim is in case you fail, or whether it's just because it's something that you don't want everyone to know about, I don't know yet. So, I mean, it could be either way. It could be a completely different reason that you need to keep a secret or quiet or something. Oh, here we go. Something coming up. Right, we have justice. Justice in reverse. Interesting. The shadow side of justice. They're not getting what? Ah, interesting. Maybe. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we've got justice in reverse and three of cups in reverse. As I was saying, it's something about something keeping something secret, not telling the group, like that, not letting people at large, like a large group of people or the collective at large, know what's going on. And I feel like you feel like it's a bit of an injustice, maybe, this idea of keeping something a secret. For whatever reason, I feel like you want to come out of the, was it or something like that? I don't know. Interesting. Okay, I'm sort of getting also it's the kind of justice that you don't want to tell anyone about. Take that how you want to take it. It's like you're getting what you want, but you can't tell anyone, and it feels like a good justification, but it's not like something that you want everyone to know about. Something sneaky, I don't know. It's a very weird energy. But let's just see what else. All right, what popped up here? Okay, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. So this Justice in reverse. Okay, let me see this. Hey, some of you might have a long distance lover who you've been thinking about going to see, but you're sort of tuning into the fact that there is no plan. There's no kind of strategy. or you want to plan something, or with the Emperor, it's sort of, as I said, it's very touch and go kind of thing. It's like the complete opposite of planned and constructed action, I think. Inconsistent, that's the word I'm trying to find in my mind. Inconsistent. So it's very inconsistent, and it's something that you're not telling anyone about, and you feel like it's an injustice, or there's been an injustice. Okay, you feel like there has been an injustice in this connection, or in this relationship, which has caused you anxiety, right? So you're back in this place again. We've got the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Lots of anxiety, lots of overthinking. Perhaps you're worried about how things are going to go, or something like that. And then we got the Knight of Cups. So this is someone who is a bit of a dreamer, a bit, I wouldn't say wishy-washy, but perhaps they don't always like the plan. It's like the Emperor reverse. Their plans don't always come to fruition, because they're sort of like live in a dream world in a way. But it's also like an offer. The Knight of Cups is someone who rides in and gives you an offer of some way, shape, or form. So this could be someone new, or someone else, or this could be the same person that we were talking about before, you were thinking about as I'm reading these cards. Let's have a look here and see what else it means. Kind of funny noise. That's my knee kind of banging on the desk and making a weird noise. All right, what do we get from the Knight of Cups? Let's go further. Ooh, no more secrets. Okay. I feel like, yeah, this could be offering you, the offer that comes in could be like to stop keeping secrets, or to be honest with each other. That's what I get. That as soon as I saw this, I was like, no more secrets. The moon is the secrets, right? What you see under the full moon that you wouldn't normally see because it's dark, right? So it's secrets. It's things that aren't under the surface. It's maybe stuff that's in the subconscious. Very interesting. So no more secrets. So a bit of honesty coming in, a bit of transparency, perhaps. This is the offer that you're going to get on this particular thing, and it is going to help you come back to wholeness, come back to where you're. I don't know if that's actually meant to be part of this reading, it just kind of flew out at me. So yeah, it's tying in here. This is like, don't give up on yourself. There's this like this energy of an offer coming in where secrets aren't necessary, or there are no more secrets being held, or it's like some kind of key, or some kind of information or knowledge that's going to help you step over this last hurdle, that's going to help you find that key, that's going to bring you whatever it is that's missing, that you feel like is missing, right? On your journey back to wholeness, and help you find the inspiration to keep going. Interesting. I'm going to get a few more cards for you guys, group 1. See what else I have for group 1. Meaning about the moon, the no secrets. The secrets being revealed. Oh no. No more secrets. All right. 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about finding balance. So this is maybe when you get this information, when you get this offer, or however it kind of comes to you, whatever it is, it's going to give you that, as I said, it's going to give you the key that's going to bring you the part that you think, that missing piece of the puzzle, the missing puzzle piece. that you've been looking for that's going to help you find the balance in whatever this situation is. I have been reading it as a relationship reading because that's sort of how it was coming out for me. But as I've said, it could be anything. Um, but you're going to be finding balance by the end of the next, 7 days, or we're all in different sort of timelines, and sometimes things go faster for some of us and some don't. So, it just depends on where you are and your energetic trajectory, your free will as well. But I feel like there's going to be something bringing this back around to justice. So you won't feel like there's this injustice. You won't feel like this is secretive, or yeah, just this offer, this information, this transparency, this lack of secretiveness or something like that is going to help you come back around to wholeness, and then you won't give up. You'll keep going on whatever trajectory it is that you um so you're I was like, what have I done? So yeah, it's going to help you keep going, so you don't give up on whatever it is that you're bringing in or manifesting, focusing on what your goal is. I think that's probably actually the end of that reading. I can feel the energy's kind of dropped out now, so hopefully that has helped you. um I didn't tell you in the beginning, in case you haven't seen me before, my name's Alvi. I'm a psychic medium, an energy reader, many other things. I do energy healing as well. So if you're looking for energy healing, especially if it's come up in this reading, you can always find my links in the description box below. Go to my site and book a healing session or a reading or something like that. Um, Otherwise, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye. Should I go out now and finish these later? Already 12:45. I reckon I should. Oh, I don't want to feel like this. Choky dokey. Just do a quick really deal. Um, Dr. Martens, Dr. Martens, Dr. Martens boots. Martens, Dr. Martens, Dr. Martens boots. Dr. Martens boots for the world. Dr. Martens boots. Eight messages. Okay. Yeah, good for them. No, not Genio, you jerk. Instagram. Hey, yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's Alvi here with a message from your guides. So today we have raising your standards. So I feel like you're going through a period of time where you are maybe assessing things in your life or the way that you approach them and realizing that, it maybe if you raise your standards, if you raise your vibration and your standards, then you're calling in better things for yourself. And I feel like you're doing this by kicking up your heels and having positive expectations. If you're not, this is the way to go. um it's really like just having a good time and using joyful energy to call in the things that you want is going to allow you to um tap into those things that might not be, or you might things that you might accept or have accepted in the past, and knowing that they weren't quite right for you. And I feel like you're letting go. So letting go is also a great energy, because it's not letting go of things that you love. It's letting go of like trying to control things, of trying to micromanage the universe. And in that letting go, in that energy of surrender, you just allow everything to kind of flow. And when it flows, all the good things come to you. So hopefully that's a good message for you guys today. um, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. So today we have raising. And in that letting go, in that energy of surrender, you just allow everything to kind of flow. And when it flows, all the good things. Hey, did I just? Oh, okay. Did you want to come with me, or are you too tired now?
I think too tired.
I had a feeling you might be. Mm, it's very wet on the bottom. Have you fallen yourself? But not actually falling yourself. Oops. Stop recording now. Good. Hey, it's Alvi here. This is group two's reading. So if you chose group two, this is your reading. So just in case you haven't caught me before, my name's Alvi. I'm a psychic medium, a psychic intuitive, an ascension guide, an energy healer, and a hypnotherapist. So, and many other things as well. And I do these readings every week so that you guys can get like an idea of the energy that's coming through, or things that might be coming up for you in the next 7 days or so. They are timeless readings. So if you find it after it's being posted and it still calls to you, then, you know, it's maybe got messages for you at that time. So I think we'll just go straight into the reading. I probably shouldn't need to say this, but this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate with you. Although if you do find that there's overlying themes that are really resonating with you and you would like to go deeper, you can always book a personal reading. You'll find the link below in the description box with the timestamps where you found the timestamp for this reading, hopefully. Oh God, sorry. I don't know why I'm coughing now. So, oh wow, yeah, I had to do the reading today. I was going to do them tomorrow, but there's amazing energy coming through. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but it's insane. It's great. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the cards. So your first message, group two, is blessed assurance. I can't even see what that says. Confidence conveys competence. All right. So I get the feeling from this. I'll show you the card too. Sorry. See, I told you the energy is really weird. It's got me funny. It's good funny though. So yeah. Let's see. What was I saying? Big wave sort of energy there. She looks like she's catching a tube. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of emotion in this card. I feel like there's a lot of movement in this card. But the message saying confidence conveys competence. it's really giving me this idea where they're saying, like, be confident about what you do know and what you can do, because when you're confident, it shows in your energy. When you're confident, people have confidence in you. Whereas if you are, sorry, my hair is driving me nuts as usual. When you are confident in yourself, other people can feel that, and they feel like they can trust you to do whatever it is that you're saying you're going to do, or you know, just trust you in general, sort of thing. Um, I also feel with your second message, star seer. So I feel like this is like also having the confidence. This is very specific, but I feel like it's like Starseer talks about like going into higher realms to, connect with star family, or understanding that kind of more expanded information, energetic information that comes to you. People call it higher consciousness. I call it expanded consciousness. Having been there a few times, I realize it doesn't make you better or higher than anyone else. It actually just makes you more connected to the light of your soul, and therefore more aware of the interconnection of everything. Pardon me, I don't know what this is, the chesty thing. I think I'm doing some clearing. I've been doing some clearing for the last week or so. Big energy themes of solar plexus and heart center healing and clearing and things like that. So sometimes that gives me a bit of a chesty feeling, a bit of a tight chest type feeling. And also the energy that's coming through too. That's what I was just tuning into. The energy coming through is really is hitting the higher heart really intensely. So it could be, clearing that out. This could be something for you as well. This is why I'm mentioning it. So yeah, Starseer is talking about going or expanding into bigger realms, into more more into not just understanding cognitively, but actually feeling and knowing and having the confidence of the fact that you are truly connected, or everything is truly interconnected, and you're truly connected to your source energy and to your higher self, and the guidance that comes through those avenues, through those passageways, is something that you need to have confidence in. Okay, so I'm going to grab the book from the soul. No, I don't know what that was. I didn't even see what I knocked down. I've got a bowl of crystals and all sorts of things over here, knickknacks and bits and pieces that I've knocked down. So I'm going to have a look in the book and read about blessed assurance. Hopefully my eyes are actually going to help me do what they're going to do. Okay. The most outstanding quality is a person, in a person. See, as I said, if I can read it, the most outstanding quality in a person is confidence, which is about believing in yourself and your abilities. Confidence relates to every aspect of your life's journey, from work and relationships to speaking your mind when disengaging or when disagreeing with someone. Sorry, disagreeing with someone. The level of your belief determines your ability to succeed in the challenges that come along the way. Your mind accepts that you are great, noble, and brave and truthful, and you can, when your mind accepts that you're great, brave, noble, truthful, you can move, speak, and act with more conviction. You build a power within you that is undeniable. You are the only one who has access to it. No one can take that away from you. Your power is God's gift. There are always obstacles and challenges and less than perfect conditions in everybody's life. Lift this weight off your shoulders and be assured that you can deal with obstacles as they appear along the path. You deserve the best. Never let yourself or anyone else tell you otherwise. All right, so I feel like this is a bit of a thing about raising your standards as well. I've got really, really loud ringing in one ear at the moment, and it was happening just before I started reading as well. So we are getting massive energy downloads at the moment. I got some intel earlier that there was something going on in the astral, you know, the light workers, the grid workers, the ones that go out there and we're doing big clearings last night. And when I woke up this morning, the energy had shifted massively. Like yesterday, it was dense and heavy and I don't know, very filled with grief and just really, really heavy energy. And today feels completely different. It's like a different timeline altogether. It's all like sparkly and rainbow. It's great. I love it. Anyway, let's go back to this book or whatever I was reading in there. You deserve the best. Never let yourself or anyone else tell you otherwise. Do not hesitate to speak up for yourself. Give your absolute best in any situation. Dare to take risks and seize opportunities. Know that each bold step, each bold step. I really should have my glasses on. Each bold step you take helps you grow stronger and more skilled, consequently becoming more successful. Soon your competence increases. You will have more self-reliance in dealing with the pressure and tackling personal and professional challenges. And there's a little mantra here that says, I believe in myself. I stand up for who I am and what I'm worth. And I'm going to stop reading now because I really need glasses on and I don't have them on. And it's really hard to see what's going on because I'm under electric light. So yeah, but the Starseer card, it's sort of like, it gives me feelings of the tarot deck that I usually use, this one, the Lightseer tarot. The Hierophant in this deck is it's got a similar look. It's like a pathway up, right? And we do think of other dimensions and more expanded dimensions as being higher, you know, raise the vibe and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of like that energy of like lifting yourself up into these more expanded realms and this more expanded perceptions. And I feel like you being confident about this as you take small steps towards that is going to really give you the confidence to believe what you're channeling, what's coming through to you, the guidance, the messages. I really do. I actually want to see what else we have. They're saying to me, have a look at what Starseer. I know I've had this one before and we've read it before as well, but I just want to, where's it gone? I can't find it. Starseed, no. She of the Lotus, nope. Why isn't it near there? 46. It should be back here. Surrender, stepping through. Starseer, here we go. All right, listen to your intuition, okay? Trust the holistic journey. Dreams finding their way into being, the bigger picture, a more aligned outcome than expected, clarity of the greater path. So just having tapped into that, I'm getting a little more in-depth kind of information here myself. Oh, God, this is a headphone and earring and a scarf all at once in one side of my and it's a conundrum, let's put it that way. Have you ever headed towards a specific destination, but instead of being where you ended up, the journey was the catalyst for getting you where you were meant to go? Okay, so yeah, that's something that I'm kind of picking up on. I was picking up on it today. I was like, this energy has shifted so much that it feels like I'm about to go on a trip, like a long awaited trip, or I'm like, it's got this real exciting energy about it. That energy that you feel when you're about to, I don't know, jump on a plane and go for a holiday or go on a new journey, something different, something new, like you're just opening up to something new, right? So yeah, this is just kind of, it's for me, this is it's confirmation that the information that I was receiving was the right information. But also I'm feeling as well that it's sort of like you might have had a specific destination, a specific destination or manifestation or something like that that you wanted, and you kind of like recently it's felt, and this is something that was collective as well, I think it was in the last week's readings, you felt like you were off course or off track, or you're like, why isn't this working? This isn't how I thought it was. What am I doing this for? Heavy energy again of like, really, should I be bothered? This is all bullshit kind of thing. And this is kind of, it's giving me this it's this feeling of, no, that the reason that that happened was because you needed the redirection. There's a different way to get to the place where you wanted to go. They're saying here, but instead of it being where you ended up, the journey was the catalyst for getting you where you were meant to go. So you could be experiencing a redirection right now, anything that's coming through. And again, trusting your intuition on this is really going to make it easier. So instead of going to the place that you thought you were going, you're going on a different journey altogether. That's what I'm getting. You might end up in the same place. It might be something better altogether. Really weird, because I was channeling all of this energy and all of these messages earlier as I was walking around town. I was like, yeah, it's a new journey. Yeah, it's like, it might not be what I expected, but it's definitely, maybe there's something better. Maybe instead of holding on to what I thought was meant to happen, I can find something better. The universe is bringing me a different journey, a different way, a different path. And I was sort of thinking about it for me as well as the collective. I was just sort of tuning into the energy. So it's really interesting that this is coming up, particularly because I chose the cards yesterday in a totally different energy. And this is the message that's coming through. So where are we? This card is about the journey not going as planned, but the outcome being better than you thought possible. When you set your dreams and intentions, internal or external shifts may need to occur before we start to see results. Outdated doors may need to close. Ideas that are holding you back may need to transform. Life's winding roads may make it seem as though you are off the path, despite how right your decision may feel. Trust and know that your higher self may have bigger plans for you. There may be some adventures on the way or not. The road you take depends on how ready you are and the distance between your current life and the one that you are dreaming of. You're dreaming into being, sorry. This card depicts intuition as a goddess. She is lifting you out of the clouds of confusion and mind noise. Again, something that I was channeling before, and just the feeling of this energy shift. It's like, it hasn't felt this clear in so long. I haven't been this clear in so long. I didn't realize, and it's probably the same for a lot of you guys as well. It's just like this energy shift has brought so much clarity, and it's not just physical. It's not just in the physical world, but it's like this open energy. It's like something's opened up, a portal's opened up, opportunities have opened up, something has changed, right? This is so cool. I love it when this happens, like how things align and how things get confirmed. And yeah, just the road you take depends on how ready you are and the distance between your current life and the one you were dreaming into being. Let's see if I can read that right this time. The card depicts intuition as a goddess. Yeah, we've read that bit. All right. She is your higher self, and can see your great potential. Trust your instincts and have faith in your dream. You are already on your way. I think I might have turned too many pages now. Yes, I did, most certainly. All right, keep believing in yourself. Trust your dreams enough to let the serendipities, that was a really hard word to read, the serendipities unfold. Let go enough to allow space for unexpected opportunities, even when the route is not as direct as you imagined. Listen to your intuition and know that you've got this. Yeah, so wow, big message coming through about listening to your intuition, about how now your intuition might have been clouded and you might not have really known which way to go. You might have been questioning your path, like I said in another reading last week. And now intuition is coming through much more clearly, and they're asking you to be confident in the decisions that you make, not to, like second guess yourself or let someone or yourself gaslight your own experiences. Know that what comes through is actually the right information for you. Assuming that, like you integrity check. That's what my guides are saying to me. If you don't know how to integrity check, this is something that we did in my 6-month immersion of psychic skills and stuff that I just finished recently. Integrity checking when you hear a message and you're like, don't know if that's right, or you're speaking to spirit, or you're speaking, you're hearing a voice, a clairvoyant message, right? And sometimes you're just a bit like, not sure about that. You ask them 3 times, do you love me unconditionally? If you get a yes every time, then you know that they're coming from a place of unconditional love and a place of benevolence, rather than, being a mischievous spirit, or you mishearing the message or anything like that. So yeah, make sure you do that if you're unsure about the message that comes through. But for the most part, they're asking you to be very confident in this, to use the small steps that you make, where you take, where you follow your intuition. And then I've got to take my arm off that desk because it's making everything wrong. Where you follow your intuition and it pays out, right? It's because, as I like to remind everyone very often, we are, from the minute we're born, pretty much trained not to listen to our bodies and not to listen to the energy world, because we have to do things as the clock says, or as we're expected to do. We go to school, we go to work at this time, we eat our dinner at this time. It's not about it being, following your intuition or what your body is saying to you. Like, your body might be saying, oh, but I'm not hungry, and you're being spoon fed some crap that you don't want. And that's sort of like how we become so disconnected from ourselves, from our own intuition, from our own path. It is a little bit of with me, it's a bit of a conspiracy theory thing. I really fully believe that the whole kind of concept behind that is to disconnect you from yourself, so that you are just, a slave in a system it doesn't give a shit about you. You're just working for the man, basically. And sometimes you need to do that so that you can get along, but also, if you are doing that with a lack of awareness and just following the rules, you're quite pliable and, brainwashable to do whatever they want, kind of thing. I'm looking for more cards. I don't know which cards to get. I think we'll go these ones. There's a lot of chatter going on in my head, so if I'm pulling odd faces, that's probably why. All right. What messages do you have for group 2? What messages would you like to give group 2 about being blessedly assured and expanding into higher realms and following their intuition? This could be about something specific, or it could be about your life path. It could be about a particular situation, person, place, or thing. You will know, as I said in the beginning, it's a general reading, so they don't always hit, and it's hard for me to channel in all of the okay, we'll put that one back. I'm not sure if that's the right card for this reading. Sometimes they just pop up because I'm a clumsy shuffler. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It will come up. There we go. All right, so now I've completely lost my place. Where was I? What I'm saying. Oh yeah, there's too many messages for me to be able to give you all the messages. It's meant to be a general message, so you'll know what this is about. It will ring a bell in you for what it's about. So we have compromise, there's going to be a situation where you might need to compromise. It doesn't mean you compromise your confidence. It means you need to have a compromise with someone else, or, an agreement about something, so that it's like, it's good for both of you. Copacetic, is that a word? I don't know. I don't know what came through. So there you go. Recovery we also have. Okay, so interesting. I definitely feel like there's a situation. This is giving me justice vibes as well. You see, she's holding the two. That was weird. Trying to see if it did it again. There was like a red thing on the screen. Yeah, so anyway, compromise. You can see she's if I can get it where it's not glary. She's holding scales, like the justice card. So I feel like this is kind of finding the balance. It's finding the balance in some way in your life. It could be in a situation with two people. It could be in a situation like with work and you maybe negotiating a contract, or renegotiating a contract so it's fairer, or it could also be, it could be anything, like these are just a few things that are coming to mind. Could be something you need to compromise, make a compromise with yourself about as well. This seems to be very you focused, like you being confident, you being following your intuition, you trusting in your intuition and that sort of thing. So maybe there's like a compromise that you can make for yourself that's going to make it easier for you to actually, be able to tap in and be able to follow that guidance that comes through, those messages that come through. All right, what's recovery about? I'm going to start getting the tarot out now. I feel like this is something I need to do. Okay, so going to not have half a deck in this. I'm just going to cut the deck a bit. So we can mix them up a little bit. All right, so what's this recovery card talking about for group 2, about following the intuition? So it could be there's something that needs to have a recovery, like you might be sick, you might be having some kind of issue or challenge or something that you're wanting a recovery from. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical health, it could be financial health, it could be many things. That the cards indicating that recovery will happen, but I'm wondering, it's, I mean, partly the message is just be confident in the messages that you get, that your intuition is guiding you to do what you need to do to recover. Whatever this is, whether it's a situation, a place, a person, a thing. But I want to get a little more. So can we get a bit more on this recovery and compromise energies coming through? Okay, so for some of you, definitely this is something to do with finances, or worldly things, 3D things. The 9 of Pentacles talks mostly about being financially independent, although it could be emotionally independent. It could be recovering from having some kind of codependency to something. There's also a compromise. I don't know. I think we'll just keep going with the tarot and see what comes up. So finding your independence in some way. This is the recovery, is you finding your independence in some way. And you know what? When you start trusting your intuition and being very confident about the messages that come through to you, that is when you find your confidence. That is when you find your independence. So I was like, what am I trying to say? The word had gone. Yeah, so this is when you find your independence, is when you start to follow these things and realize that you can actually have confidence in those messages, rather than like, being second guessed or second guessing yourself, not letting other people around you make you, feel like what you think or what you've been guided to do is wrong too. They're allowed to have their opinions, but you don't need to let them influence you or anything like that. You know what's right for you. If you know what's right for you, you do what's right for you, right? So more messages, so much shuffling, not many cards. Any more messages for group 2, please? I need to change this music. It's not conducive to reading. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's have a look and see. What have we got here? More messages for group 2, please. They just don't want to come, these cards. Maybe I'm using it. No, I don't feel like I am. I think it's just a matter of, you know, getting the right one. So let's have a look and see. What other messages do we have for group 2? Did I say group 1 before? I feel like I might have. All right, the Hermit. So spending some time on your own. The Hermit is that kind of energy of you know, spending time on your own so that you can, well, I was going to say recover, and then I looked down and I remembered we're talking about the recovery card. So it could be that they're asking you to, you know, not isolate yourself, but make sure you set time aside for you so that you can reconnect with yourself or hear the messages that are coming through to you and understand what's going on, sort of thing. The Hermit is finding wisdom in solitude. So interesting. This is all going to lead to this recovery and this new independent vibe that you are working towards, following your intuition. Now let's see what else we have. What has group 2 got going on this week, these next 7 days? Oh no, the burps are starting now. That's the energy coming through me for sure. Okay. What have we got going on here? That's a lot of cards. I don't know. They'll come out if they're meant to. That's like 6 cards or something. I really know if that's right. All right. So group 2 messages, please. Please be good. I might just give them another knock because we got messages for group 2. Group 2 messages. All right. I'm gonna go to a new deck. I feel like I've just got it's just kind of not working. All right. Here I am saying you'll feel more clear more clear than you have in ages when this shift hits you. And I can't even get a message to come out of the deck that I usually use. All right, but there's probably a reason for that. Well, there's always a reason for that, right? So we have 3. This has fallen down. Share the love. This is talking about, I feel like once you have kind of worked out how to balance your time by yourself and finding that wisdom through solitude type energy, when you've got that going, this is really annoying me. Oh no, I've got to find my AirPod things. Yeah, so it's sort of like coming out and sharing the wisdom that you've tapped into once you have kind of had that moment. This is how this independent vibe comes. I was looking at, where was that? I can't even remember where I heard said, it's like when you learn something, you only retain about 57% of it. But if you teach it, then it's like it goes up to 99%. I could have those percentages wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's something like that anyway. So like by sharing what you know, by sharing what you've tapped into, by sharing, you know, even if it's just to share to a friend to say, look, my guidance told me to do this, and them to back you up or whatever, by doing that, it's going to build that confidence again, and it's going to give you that independence, that like, I don't need to go to this person, I don't need to do that, I don't need to rely on him or her or this energy healing or watching a reading. And I shouldn't say that 'cause that's, I want people to watch my readings, but if you're attached to watching readings so much that that's the only place that you get your information from and you're not going within, then that's not a good thing. Like, you really need to remember how to go within and then use readings to confirm what your own intuition is telling you. So yeah, that's a little caveat there. I don't even know how to pronounce words today. What the fuck's wrong with me? Caveat. Caviar. What other messages do you have for group 2? Can see any more messages for group 2 from this. Yeah, something jumped out and now I don't know what it was. Is that one? I don't know. I'm going to keep shuffling because I didn't really get a good gauge on where it was. So yeah, sharing the love. This is this 3 of Cups kind of energy. So it can be gathering with friends. It can be a group of friends. It can be a community group. It could be, all sorts of things, family, that you're being encouraged to share whatever it is that's coming through to you when you're, or even just how you're doing it, how this solitude has helped you, or how you're connecting with your inner independence, that independence that you only really get when you have realized that it's only you who knows the right path for you and no one else can actually tell you that. Like, yes, you can get readings and people can tap into those, but sometimes people are wrong. Like, I've had readings with people who are wrong, and that's why I don't ever do any readings except for myself. I don't get readings. I have a few people I get readings from that I trust to tell me the absolute truth. But a lot of the time, a reader will tell you what they think you need to hear, or they will, they're just not a clear channel because they're reading through their own bias, right? They're reading through their own traumas. They're reading through the messages that they give you aren't the messages that source give you. They're kind of diluted by the way that person's experienced their life or experienced an experience that's somewhat like what they're, what you might be asking about or something like that. So you have to be a bit careful with that. And the best way is to know yourself, right? To know yourself and trust yourself. Okay, next message, please. For group 2. Oh, here we go. Something's going on there. Okay, what have we got? I will not be reading these in reverse today because these cards are not meant to be read in reverse. So we have lead. This is Emperor energy. So the Emperor is about, it's like a strong male influence, and it's about action. It's about taking action on something. But it's also about having a strategy or a plan, or knowing what action to actually take instead of just randomly taking actions. So I feel like this is kind of building a structure by building the confidence in your intuition and knowing yourself and trusting yourself. You're able to create a structure in whatever this is and kind of be in that space where you're independently knowing exactly what to do instead of having to go along and ask someone else. Okay, so we have the darkest fears. Darkest fears, if I could speak properly. Sorry, the song I'm listening to is just putting me off. It's a very weird version of a song I normally listen to, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So darkest fears, this is talking about anxiety. This is like, okay, for some of you, this might be a fear or anxiety about taking action on the intuition that you have been given, or the messages that you've been getting through your body, or through, however you might be claircognizant, so you feel it. You might be clairaudience, so you hear it. You might be clairvoyant, so you see it in your mind's eye. You might be an empath, so also you feel it, but it's more of an energetic thing rather than a bodily thing that you feel. So yeah, this is definitely I feel like this is definitely speaking about, you know, the way, you know what it is that you're meant to be doing. You keep asking your intuition what you're meant to be doing, or you keep second guessing yourself, and this is what they want you to stop doing, because you do have the plan, you do have the information, you do have the structure to do it. It's just that you fear doing it for whatever reason. There's a fear of actually taking action on whatever it is that you need to take action on. So why is group 2 afraid of taking action on this? What is it that's stopping them? What do they fear? What is the darkest fear? What is bringing up this anxiety? Okay. So what's bringing up this anxiety is about dreams coming true. And this is a funny one, but it's so true. Sometimes we, you know, in life, you can be so determined that you want something in a specific way. Even you have a dream, but actually having that dream come true, having that dream fulfilled, is kind of like, it's like you're scared to have it fulfilled, because if you do, then what the fuck after that? Like, you're either scared it won't happen, yeah, or you're scared that when it happens it won't stay, or it won't hang around, or there's something there, yeah, there's just something there that's like, it's a fear of success. And a lot of people have that. A lot of people have that fear because part of the scarcity programming that we are all kind of fed and grew up with and didn't really know what it was, because that's just like, it's insidious in society, gives you that, this fear of success. Like, you know, people who are rich are bad people, they must have done something awful to get their money. That's just an example, but I feel like that's the kind of vibe that you're giving yourself. It's like, if I actually take action on this, I am terrified that people will think a certain thing of me or feel a certain way about me. And if my dreams come true, what are they going to think of me then? Like, I'm going to actually have to uphold this energy of having my dreams come true. And that's another thing as well. It's like this energy of, I really want that, but if I get it, it means that I have to change. It's an ego thing, right? Your ego will tell you, no, don't change, you have to stay here, this is comfortable, this is safe. But to obviously, you know, to get to a different place, a different timeline, to have your dream come true, you might need to embody a different version of yourself. And that can sometimes bring up a lot of anxiety, because your ego thinks that it is dying. It's like, oh God, I've got to die just to have this thing. So it's kind of like this catch-22. You want it, but your ego or your subconscious is like, nah, I can't do it. And then every time you try to do it, it will bring up this anxiety or these dark fears around this situation. Pardon me, I really needed to clear my throat. So yeah, that's really interesting. So you fear your dreams coming true, but obviously you want your dreams to come true. And I guess this is what they're asking you, why they're asking you to start building confidence in the messages that come through, in your intuition, and create this independence. Because once you have that independent vibe, that sovereign embodiment, you kind of stop caring so much about what people think. And you also have usually gone through a few ego deaths, or enough to know that sometimes that's what it is that's holding you back the most, is that you are actually just afraid of success. Let's have a look and see what else. That was a big channel coming through as well. So oh, a big sigh too. Ooh, clearing the energy now. Did you notice that when I yawned? That was weird. It's one of those magical days. All right, so we have believe and succeed. Any more messages for group 2? More group 2 messages. All right, so this is reiterating again the confidence card in the beginning. What was the actual card called? Blessed Assurance. I feel like with that one, Blessed Assurance is sort of like a two-pronged thing. It's you creating your own confidence, but it's also the universe saying, you know, if we showed it to you, if you have this desire and it's such a burning desire, then obviously we plan on fulfilling it. You just need to be confident in it. And then this one's come up. believe and succeed. So the six of, I'm trying to work out which one's the six of wands, the six of wands, um, which is the victory card, right? So it's that feeling of actually having it before you have it. It's a little bit of the what they are now calling on social media delulu, which I think is ridiculous. It's a hilarious word, but it's basically it's one of the basic formulas to manifestation. Believe you have it, act like you have it, embody the energy of having it or having done it or whatever it is before before it actually actualizes into your experience or into your life. Because in that way, you are opening up an energetic pathway for what's aligned with you to come in. You're not, remember not to be like, trying to control it, but also having the belief that you can have it. It stretches your consciousness so you're not in this energy anymore, like the fear of success, because it's already, you're practicing it already. You're practicing that feeling. So once it happens, it's not like, oh wow, I can't believe it. Because when you say that, as Louise Hay, who I keep quoting lately, there's like a whole chapter about a guy who had something happen when he manifested money or something like that, and he kept saying, I can't believe it, I can't believe it, and then whatever, he lost the money or something along those lines anyway. So that you need to practice it in an embodied way, like embodying the energy, the knowing, the feeling of already having it, knowing that it's yours, being comfortable with it, right? So be comfortable with it, and build your confidence in it. And then you can, you're actually opening up the pathway to that thing coming in, that dream coming true. I feel like this is probably enough of a reading for you guys. I feel like that's a very clear message there. Trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself right now, start taking steps to build your confidence in trusting yourself, and all will be well, guys. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Give us a thumbs up if you did. If you're not subscribed, subscribe already. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Oh, Jesus. Pardon my language. I'm sure Jesus doesn't mind. Yeah, so no, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe, leave me a comment if you want to. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's Alvi here with Group 3's reading. So if you chose Group three, this is your reading. If yeah, I better mention that I've got some really good energy coming through, but it's making me a little funny in the head. So there's going to be a lot of laughing, tripping over my words, saying weird things. Before, when I was doing Group 2's reading, I had like huge energy coming through, ringing in my ears. And at one point I had to stop because I had so many like messages coming through that it was impossible for me to kind of articulate all of them. So just a fair warning, right? So if you don't know me, if you've just landed here, my name's Alvi. I'm a psychic intuitive, a psychic medium, an energy healer, a hypnotherapist, and many other things. I do these readings every week so that you guys can get a kind of a read on what the current energy is like, what to maybe expect coming up in the next few days, 7 days, or whenever. This is a general reading, and these readings are timeless. So if you find it after it was posted and it still calls to you, or you still feel attracted to it, or guided to watch it, then there will be messages here for you. And being that it's a general reading, not everything's going to resonate, and there's only so many different storylines I can put into a reading without it getting confusing. So take what works. If it doesn't work, then leave it alone. Or put it on the shelf in your mind, because it might be something for later on down the track. We're all on different trajectories and timelines, and the way that we go through our life experience and our soul journey is you know, we've all got different timing, is what I'm trying to say. So let's get into your reading. The first message for you is surrender. I've never seen this card come up ever from this deck. So surrender, surrendering to, well, surrender means it means to give up, but not to give up on everything. It just means stop trying to control things. It means letting go and letting God, for want of a better description. So also being in the flow of the universe's energy. I feel like that's something else that's coming through here. And then your second message from the oracle cards that I chose for you, is attend to your spiritual needs, create a more prosperous life. Okay, so basically what I'm getting here is you maybe have been trying to do something surrounding, you know, making money or saving money or something along those lines. They're actually your guides. I get all my messages through, you know, a collective guides, other people's guides, the guides for the people who are going to watch this reading, ancestors, spirit, or, you know, all of that stuff, right? So when I say they, that's what I mean. What they want you to do is to attend to your spiritual needs, because this is going to actually help you surrender, and it's going to help you bring that prosperous life into being. As usual, I'm going to read in the books. All right, let's have a look here. What number is that? 48. Yay, we've never had this one come up before, guys. This card has never come up before, surrender. So interesting. Yeah, so group 2 is an interesting reading because it was kind of like everything that I was channeling in this morning, and I put a post on it about put a post on my page. See, I can't get my words right and the right way. I put a post on my page about a lot of the things, and the cards that I pulled for that post were confirmation of what I was kind of picking up on, channeling into this morning as I was walking around town, picking up some stuff from shops and stuff like that. And then I did reading 2, and that really reiterated and confirmed what I was channeling. So if you're interested in the general collective energy, not just this reading, I suggest you go watch group 2's reading, because that really will give you an idea. There's like a big energy shift that's come in. You might be finding a lot more clarity than you had previously. I personally am thinking like my spiritual channel feels a lot clearer. Before it was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of icky residue. Things felt really heavy and unpleasant for quite some time. And I feel like there's been a massive shift into something completely different now. Okay, so let's have a look. Surrender, trust, letting go of control, free flow, receptivity, yin energy, inner knowing, intuition, synchronistic opportunities. Getting out of your own way, the path of least resistance, allowing who you naturally are to flourish. Surrendering can be one of the hardest things to do. Trusting that we can achieve more by loosening our control can take great courage. Sometimes the most constructive way forward is to stop forcing things into being. So yeah, this is something that comes up a lot in my readings. I like to call it not micromanaging, not micromanaging the universe. This is something that also, this is what anxiety often is. It's like trying to control a situation that you have no control of, by overthinking it, by worrying about it, by trying to make it go a certain way when it's going to go the way it's going to go anyway, right? But when you surrendered, it's much easier to just let things go with the flow. Just accept things and whatever. Let's go back into the reading now. So rather than allowing, inviting and drawing a project into being, the energy here is of frustration, as if you are pushing something heavy up a mountain. At these times, gravity or flow don't seem to be on your side. Use this awareness as a guide when you start to detour from your path. That's interesting. There could be, I feel like this is a message too about, when you're trying to force things, when you're feeling frustrated, that's a really good sign to stop and think, okay, I'm trying to force things and it's not working. What else can I do? Kind of thing. Step back, lean back, whatever you want to call it. When control is released, so too is resistance. Very interesting point there. When one of the biggest skills we can learn is to get out of our own way. When we are receptive, when we are in a receptive place, we are open to the world of opportunities, and great mysteries can unveil themselves. The mind loves to control the outcome, but this only creates limitations. It can feel scary when we allow ourselves to be caught by the universe. The myriad possibilities open up to us. As soon as I read that, I was thinking about an Incubus song called Trustful, because that's kind of what it is, right? Now I have to listen to it, sorry. I'm going to put the music on while I do the rest of this reading. Gonna have the right messages, the right music for the right messages. Here we go. Perfect. Hopefully my phone battery holds out for the rest of this reading. All right, so yeah, this painting here is called, oh no, sorry, it's this one. It's called A Star Is Born, and its message is about becoming the star you came here to be. You can reach your peak life experience through surrendering and allowing who and what you truly are to flourish. Today, be more by doing less, by doing and trying less. This advice goes against the grain of our striving culture. Yeah, that's probably a better tonality to use. So this advice goes against the grain of our striving culture, or like grind culture, that encourages us to source from outside ourselves and to busy ourselves out of a natural state of knowing and bliss. Surrender is a key element in the creative process. When I let go and flow, allowing intuition over intuition over direction, I find I create far more powerful works. So she's talking about her paintings. That's why I was like, what? All right, now I understand. Okay, that is not to say our lives should be left to the slipstream. The message is about freeing ourselves from the paradigm of control and force. Yes, we can achieve this mode, but we also lose opportunities for magic. A synchronistic meeting, following our intuition and being in the right place at the right time can outweigh months of careful planning. The divinatory meaning of this card, I could have just come here, right? I think I like to get the deeper meaning, right? Loosen your hold on the reins and know that the universe will catch you. Trust, even though things are not as you imagine, stay poised and aligned with your purpose. At the last minute, the situation will reveal its magic. Okay, that's really interesting. I love that. Sorry, I'm getting into this song. Yeah. Okay, so attend to your spiritual needs to create a more prosperous life. Let's have a dig into that one now. Wrong fingers. Attend your spiritual needs, and that'll be right at the front. Okay, so the soul journeys through the physical realm for its own joy. Our life becomes exuberant and prosperous when it is fulfilling and meaningful. We thrive when our inner world is harmonized with our external world. Leading a happy and healthy personal life and having a deep and loving relationships bring peace and enjoyment to the end. bring peace and enjoyment to the soul. I don't know what's going on with me today, honestly. Um, when there is an intention to lead a prosperous life, the mere thought of succeeding can make us elated with enthusiasm, zeal, and gains. We can transform our lives with a little bit of effort and willingness to grow. Creating a more pleasant life requires giving extra attention to your spiritual needs. You can begin by developing a conscious awareness of the wonder of who you are and what you hope to achieve. So bringing joy and wonder and amazingness into it, bringing the magic back, right? They're asking you to bring the magic back, I think. This is kind of what's coming through to me anyway. How can you make your experience much more effective and loving? What is your idea to bring meaning to your exchanges with others? But by seriously attending to your heart's desire, you can explore your behavior and shape interactions that are more beneficial to your life. No matter how the heart, no matter how hard how hard the journey, where are we? No matter how hard the journey, have the total assurance that you can succeed. You can succeed in business and life by focusing more on what needs to be done and doing it in a timely manner. Allow love to set you free and be more aware of the universe inside you. Go after joy and let practicality be the path towards contentment. Okay. I was just like, I don't know, that sort of sounds a bit counterintuitive, but you know, if it's a message for you, it's a message for you, and you'll understand what it means. So choose one specific goal at a time and focus your energy on it. Be open to innovative and creative approaches. Above all, have faith that you will instinctively find ways to carry out remarkable tasks in your life. I have an optimistic spirit and the ability to maximize my potential for success. Okay, so I think after reading those and just really feeling into these energies as well, to attending to your spiritual needs, so spending time with yourself, meditating, doing things that are spiritual to you. You know, everybody's got their own way. Some people meditate, some people do like Tai Chi, some people spend time at the beach. You know, there's all sorts of ways you can attend to your spiritual needs. There's healing, there's all of that as well. There might be some shadow work you might need to do so that you can actually find that place within you or that resonance within you of surrender, where you feel like you can trust the universe, where the universe is actually going to catch you, or you know, you might actually have to take that trust fall and find out for yourself. You know, if you don't jump, you won't ever know if you can grow wings or not, right? Imagine if your wings grow on the way down and you never knew they were there until you actually jumped. And I'm not talking about, you know, physical. This is an analogy, so don't go jumping off things hoping that you sprout wings. We can all hope, but you know. So yeah, let's get into some more oracle cards for you. Okay, can you give us a little bit more information for group 3 about surrender and attend to your spiritual needs? Kind of when I'm looking at this as I'm shuffling, which is often the way that I get the messages when I shuffle. The thing is, right, I see this, that the surrender is, well, the kind of the message is something in the physical world that you're trying to maybe force, or you're feeling frustrated, or you know, you're just trying to control it in some way, a situation, a person, a place, whatever it might be for you. But they're saying, instead of trying to, you know, work it, I was going to say manipulate it in the physical world, going into the spiritual realm, because everything starts, and you know, everything is energy, right? And everything starts in the energy first. It doesn't matter what it is. If it didn't start in the energy, it does not fucking exist. So if you go into the energetic realms and do the things there, you'll find the surrender in the physical world, and that will help you kind of, you won't have to grasp, you won't have to try and control things, and that sort of stuff, because you've got your spiritual self and your connection to source to fall back onto. let's have another one. That's There's a message here that says something, it's unlikely. That came out as I was shuffling. Really not sure what that's about just yet. So there may be a fear. Um, I feel like it's something that they're like, maybe they're reassuring you. I feel like that's kind of the message here. I'm just tuning in. So what I feel for you guys with this message, with this unlikely message, is that whatever it is you're fearing, whatever's stopping you from surrendering, and maybe it's something maybe you have a fear of connecting with your spiritual self, due to some kind of weird experience or maybe a belief or something like that, um, that's actually stopping you from wanting to go into that energy. Maybe something happened previously that's made you feel like you can't trust the universe, you can't let go and let God or something like that. Whatever that fear is, they're saying it is unlikely. So this is the card that came out, right? So this is unlikely. Let's have a look and see what else it is. What else it is, what other messages for you. Um, whew, whew. All right. Well, that's funny. Okay, so they're saying, look, whatever it is that you wanted, or that whatever situation is, you're asking about, or something like that, they're saying, okay, you'll see signs within the next few weeks. You'll start to see an improvement in the situation, whether it be purple people, place, or thing, people, place, or thing, whatever it is, you'll know what it is within the next few weeks, but will fully come to fruition. I'm trying to get it so that there's no glare. In a year from now. Okay, so whatever it is, it's unlikely now, because I feel like for you guys with that surrender card, the first part that we were reading about, they were talking about being frustrated. There's an energy of resistance around this thing, whatever it is, that needs to be released, that needs to come to rest. And once you've worked out how to do that, by attending to your spiritual needs, then the ball can start rolling, I guess is the best way to put it. Then the ball will get rolling. I don't know. All right, we have another one. All right, get more information. I feel like this is about you asking questions. Again, let's see. Does that, yeah, that helps. Okay, get more information. So getting more information about whatever it is. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. There's too many kind of different theme messages coming in for me to be really specific about what it is that you need to get more information about just yet. I'm going to get the tarot out. Try these ones. They stop giving me messages through this deck on for group 2. So let's just have a look and see what what are we looking at here? What does group 3 need to surrender? What does group 2, what is the situation here, and what can group 2, group 3 expect? All right, so the Knight of Wands, this could be, I'm laughing because in other decks, this card can represent someone who's like a player. So this could be about someone that who's like that. It could be someone who gives you that energy. They don't necessarily need to be that way. It could be like, it can be a one night stand as well. But I also feel like Knight of Wands is really about you embracing your inner fire, your inner passion. And I feel like while you're trying to control things and not really, going to that surrender energy, you're resisting letting your inner fire, actually your inspiration and all of that sort of stuff, your inner passion, to come out. You can see here she's got quite a lot of like the horse in the background, horses represent freedom and you know, that kind of thing. They can also represent they can also represent this has 4 wands in it, or three, but yeah, there's four wands that I can see. I think one's sort of cut off, but um 4 wands, as well as like calling it the Knight of Wands, but the Four of Wands is stability with that fire. It's fire, it fire energy. Knight of Wands, Wands is the energy of fire, right? The elements of fire, and fire is all about like passion, creativity, sexuality, um, being, you know, being your true self, being authentic, having that burning desire within you, or whatever it is. Um, so this could be about you finding stability within that energy. So maybe you're very creative, Mary, maybe you're very passionate, maybe you've got a situation with someone who isn't like that, and it just feels really unstable. I feel like within the next few weeks, you will find stability in this situation, whatever this happens to be for you. Um, let's have more messages for group 3. I'll remember which group I'm reading for now. I know which group I'm reading for. It's just my mouth didn't want to say the right one. Yeah. Okay, more messages for group 3, please. Tell us about this surrender energy. Okay, we have 6 of Wands. We have 6 of Wands in reverse. So, okay, so I feel like this is kind of back and forth energy. 6 of Wands is talking about, it's like it 6 of Wands is the victory card. The 5 of Wands is about fighting, and it's about like having to fight for your position, to kind of, you know, maybe you've worked your way up to a certain place, or fighting for your position in a relationship, or feeling like you have to. The 6 of Wands in reverse coming up as kind of giving me this energy of it's a victory, but it's an inner victory. So it's something that you're embodying. It's not something that's coming from the outside. It's not something that's coming from someone else, or, you know, like it's almost like understanding this energy and embodying this energy so that your victory, or your this energy is like, it's something you don't need validation from outside sources for. You just know, right? So it means that you're, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more messages. It's something that you will know, but you're kind of not gonna, um I feel like you're just not gonna brag about it. I feel like it's just gonna be a thing for you, and you're not gonna talk about it. Once you reach this sort of stage of surrender, that's you get this stability, this Knight of Wands energy. And this is very fast moving energy. So I feel like, even though it says unlikely and within the next few weeks, I feel like once it happens, it's gonna really like, you know, it's gonna light up, right? But it's gonna be something that is just for you in a way. It's like your victory over something within you. It's your victory over yourself, perhaps. Perhaps you're like, you know, well, it's your victory over the frustration and the trying to control things. When you know that you don't really get to control some things, like the only thing you really can control is yourself and your own reactions to stuff. Wow, as if I this has come out, right? So the 5 of Wands, lots of wands here, so much fiery energy. There's a lot of passion and a lot of um yeah, like kind of emotional overtones, if you get what I mean. So something that you're really passionate about, perhaps this is what this controlling thing is. It could be a person, it could be a relationship, it could be a passion project or a business or something like that, right? Work, could be career, it could be many of these different things for you guys. Something that you really hold dear. You have it gives you a real, you know, a big what would you call it? gives you a big boost. But I feel like it's something that you're trying to control. Maybe you're trying to control like your artistic passion or your passion for someone or something like that. Something that you're trying to control. Yeah. So yeah, that actually really hits home. It's like sort of trying to control things. And then you have the Six of Wands, and it's sort of like once I learn how to let go, it's actually that's where the control comes from. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's like when you let go and you realize you don't need to control everything, all of this energy comes back, and you're like, oh, yeah, this all comes from inside me. I don't need to go looking outside. I don't need to get outside validation for my passion or for my whatever, you know? Um, I know I've got this confidence now. So it doesn't really matter what, what people are fighting about, or it doesn't really matter um which way things go, or if there's competition or something like that, because you're holding this energy within yourself now and you have that confidence. You don't need to try and control things like these dudes, right? These dudes are all just fighting with each other, trying to get to the top, trying to get to the light. um and maybe, I don't know, maybe you felt like you needed to be part of a situation that was like that, but now you will be looking at them going, what? Why? Or this could also represent you and like your inner struggles, right? It could be a struggle between yourself and yourself. It could be a struggle between like, your soul self, your higher self, and your ego, or your inner child or something like that, or fighting all the different parts of you. You're trying to get control over this thing, but what they're actually saying is attending to your spiritual needs and surrendering instead of trying to control whatever it is going to serve you far better, so that you can come into this energy of being confident within yourself, knowing that knowing that you've already won the battle, because it's the battle within you. So anything that's going on outside you isn't going to bother you. Okay, so what does group 3 need to get more information on? That's what I'm really curious about. That one, it kind of like it ties in, but it's like, I don't know. It's got a thread, but it's not really obvious. It's not a really obvious message. Um, so let's have a look. This one popped out down the bottom. Okay. All right. For a lot of you, this could be a relationship that's not, going well. A lover situation. This is the lovers, if you can see that. In the reverse position, I would say that this is a connection that is a bit, I would say it's very passionate, but it's probably one of those kind of like we fight just so that we can make up, or we make up just so that we can fight kind of energies. I kind of feel like for some of you, having that card come out, and as I said, it can always just be about something that you're passionate about, or you're feeling passionate about at this moment. It doesn't have to be a relationship if that doesn't fit for you, but for the majority of you, this is going to be about a connection, a relationship, something you love, something you feel very passionate about, or someone you feel very passionate about. So interesting. As I'm looking at these cards now, it's sort of brought a whole new spin on it, different context. It feels like here you are in your energy, in your passion, having a great time, but something was like a hollow victory. I feel like you sort of thought, maybe you thought you had it all sorted, maybe it was all good, and then something happened, and then there was this kind of energy, this competition energy, this struggle energy, and it's turned the connection upside down. Uh, and this kind of, yeah, as I was sitting here looking at them, I was like getting the words hollow victory. So it felt like a hollow victory to you. Um, I don't know. I feel like within the next few weeks, within a year from now, this is now giving me vibes that whatever this is going to start sort of healing. It's going to, in whatever way it needs to. For some of you, this might be letting go of an attachment to somebody or something. that you feel very passionate about, but it's also kind of controlling you, creating a lot of anxiety and things like that. Um, but for some of you, it will mean that this connection is going to turn around and start um, kind of repairing and healing itself. Um, Within the next few weeks, it will start, but it will take an entire year, is what they're saying. I mean, like, time is in tarot reading particularly, it's like, as I said in the beginning, everybody's got on their own timeline, they've got their own trajectory. It depends on what sort of soul work you're doing, what energy work you're doing, how aware you are, and all of that kind of stuff, and how aware the other person is, if this is a partnership thing. um and how, we've all got free will as well. So, whether they are wanting to go that way or whether they don't or whatever. So I figure that's maybe why they're asking you to get more information. There's more information that you need about this connection, about why it's the way it is right now. And it might be getting more information from yourself. It might be getting more information from them. When I had that card come up, it's just like, you need to ask more questions. Um, yeah, so there's something you need to know, that something that is going to help you put all the pieces of the puzzle together. All right, so let's have a look here and see what else they have to say to you. What else would you like Group 3 to know about this very fiery, passionate reading? There is a lot of sexual energy in this reading, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, you know, with the Knight of Wands, as I was saying in the beginning, this could be someone who's a bit of a player or has that energy, like they or it could be you as well, like you might be in your excuse my if this is insulting, it's not meant to be, but you might be in your slut era. Everybody goes through one, well, not everybody, but a lot of people do, where you're just, out there doing your thing, being single and mingling, right? Or it could be that you hang on, sorry, message coming through. It could be that you think that this is what's going on. This could be part of the reason that um their connection feels topsy-turvy or turned upside down, and you're reading into, like, feeling there's a lot of competition around. You feel like you didn't really, maybe you had an interaction with this person, maybe you sort of thought you were seeing each other, or something like that, but then you sort of thought, well, shit, there's all this competition around, I feel like this is not really, you know um it might have knocked your confidence a bit. They're saying get more information, so there's more information, there's something you need to know that's gonna kind of thread everything together. It could be, a positive outcome. It could be that you need to walk away because it's not serving you, and sometimes that is the best thing that you can do. Um, so let's just keep going. Let's get some more messages about this. Alrighty, so we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this is definitely, it's like you started something with a person and then it all went to shit, right? This is basically what I'm getting. The Ace of Cups is still there. It's like it's still there. The love is still there, but something is going on here. This is really giving me that word I don't like to talk about, that thing I don't like to talk about, twin flames. It's giving me that kind of energy. It's giving me soul connection energy. And look, I shouldn't go, oh, I don't want to talk about it. It's just that it's got such a bad name, like in the greater world, right? And um it shouldn't do. It's just that people have applied that label to relationships that aren't actually soul connections, or they've misunderstood the information. A lot of the time, these kind of connections are not about being in harmonious union, as those people would like you to believe. They are about spiritual growth. Those people come into your life to catalyze you, or you come into their life to catalyze them, so that you can grow. Maybe you're stuck in a place and they come along and they blow things up for you somehow. Like there might be fighting. As I said, there's a struggle here. It's not necessarily other people. It could be a struggle between you two, or you and the thing, whatever the thing is. It could be that, yeah, there's lots of different ways to see this, but I see that there's still a lot of love there. I just feel like it's giving me that vibe of like, yeah, there's things that you needed to heal or they needed to heal or realizations or lessons or something like that. Some people come into your life as a blessing, some come in as a lesson, some as both. It's not as black and white as we all want to make it. So, and there's different kinds of soul connections as well, and people get confused with that. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna this reading will be 6 hours long if I start going on about that. Let's go on. Let's see. We have the Ace of Cups. What else would you like them to know? So you want to ask more questions if you can, whether it's to yourself, whether it's to the person, whether it's to the situation, if it's a situation for you. Ask your guides. Make sure that they are actually your guides and not just some cheeky spirit trying to, cause shit. Sometimes that happens. We can hear all sorts of messages come through, but not all of them are meant to be, for you. You need to really know who you are and trust your intuition before that's a thing. Before that's a thing, especially if it's clairaudient, clairvoyant, that kind of stuff. It's a bit harder to mess with claircognizant and empathic, feeling things. Those messages are easier for you to know. Go with your gut feelings, right? All right, so that's a deck and a half that I just flipped over. More messages for group 3, please, about this Lovers in reverse, this Ace of Cups in reverse. What is happening here? Oops. Okay. Everything seems to be in reverse around here. Okay, so I see you sitting in this energy, right? This is where you're heading. This is for some of you, this is a situation where there is little kind of, the King of Swords is can be a very cold, cutthroat kind of energy, but it's in reverse. So it's sort of like maybe being a bit cold and cutthroat to yourself in a way, or like, and cutting things off before they really have a chance. Maybe due to, the whole red flag thing. Sometimes that's not actually, when you get triggered, it's not a red flag that the person's bad. It's just that they're triggering you to heal something, or asking, the energy of the situation is asking you to take a step back before you react. This King of Swords in reverse energy is kind of giving me a less logical, like maybe over emotional. Maybe this is, and like I said, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of that kind of fiery energy going on here, and that can get, overwhelming sometimes. We can lose the ability to be logical, the ability to kind of use your mind. And a lot of the time you don't want to use your mind, but sometimes you need to think, you need to have that logical balance between over emotion and overthinking or whatever. Then we have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from a situation or walking away from the cup, right? So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I feel like, yeah, let's just have a look. I feel like perhaps this has happened already. This is like someone's walked away. There was something going on. So you might be split up, taking a break, in separation, no contact kind of thing with this person. But I feel like you're kind of dealing with it pretty well. I feel like you're in the Seven of Wands energy. So that's more wands. Wow, more wands. But this is about, being self, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, she's in her own bubble. She's not letting everything from the outside bother her, because she understands that energy within her, that fiery energy that I was talking about before that lights you up, that's her own energy, and it's nothing to do with anyone else. So even if someone leaves, it's not the end of the world, right? There's more opportunities, there's more people, there's, whatever. You know what I mean? There's infinite possibilities that for partners or for whatever the situation might be to you. I'm reading it as a love relationship kind of thing because that's how it's coming up for me, but it might be something different for you guys. So yeah, sitting in your own energy, feeling confident in yourself so that it's not as bad as you might think it is, or it doesn't need to be. But also just like rebuilding yourself, giving yourself self-love is what I'm getting here. It's like blocking out the bullshit that's going on around you so that you can focus in on yourself. Um, this might also be to get more information, you know, you might be meditating to get more information. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so let's have a look and see what else root 3 needs to know. So after the 7 of Wands, what is coming up? All right, a new beginning. This is something in the physical world. I don't know why that's an important thing. I mean, often this is to do with money and finances and stuff like that, pentacles, but it's earth energy. So it's all of the 3D realm. It could be a new beginning in a physical relationship. It could be restarting the relationship in a more solid earthy way rather than letting the fire of the passion and the chemistry and stuff like burn the whole thing to the ground, because this is the energy I'm getting. I'm like, there's so much Wands energy, there's so much fire here, there's so much passion, that it's kind of like gone out of control. And yet at the same time, they're telling you to surrender. So I guess the message here is, if there has been a split, if there's been, you know, if you're not talking to each other or been a fight or a breakup or something like that, don't try to control the situation. Go into your spiritual realm and learn how to surrender, because you can't control it and it's just going to make you anxious. Things are going to change. I don't know which way they're going to change, because as I said, for everyone it's different. For some of you, the change you really need, your soul needs you to make, is to leave the situation and move on to something more healthy or more supportive for you. And you'll know if that's you, because you will, of the way that you feel, right? Even if you don't really want to leave, you'll still know that it's the right thing for you to do. But for some of you, this can be it turning around, like things, this new beginning. So two different storylines here. So some of you, this new beginning is in a different way, right? It's not about the love. It's not about the relationship. It might be meeting someone else. It might be just going on with your own stuff and not worrying about them, surrendering the whole thing to, you know, the universe, and letting shoot everyone and let God sort them out. Don't really shoot everyone, I'm joking. But you know what I mean. Like letting the universe take care of stuff for you, and just focusing on your own, I don't know, growth, healing, whatever you want to do. There's a very spiritual kind of energy, a very spiritual message that's here about attending your spiritual needs, and that, I feel like that's, you know, something that is going to help you guys. Let's just see. I'm going to get a few more messages for the Ace of Pentacles. What's the Ace of Pentacles about? All right, the Magician. I don't know what. No, okay. Yeah, the cards that were on top. Let's see. All right, so Magician in reverse. I would say for this particular reading, this isn't the right time to start manifesting something new. Okay. Surrender means that you're not you're not creating from a place. They don't want you to start trying to manifest a new partner, or, you know, manifest that person, because you need to get into this energy where you are good with yourself and good with the situation before you're able to create or co-create in a balanced way, so that you're asking for what is really, you know, what's really aligned for you, and what's supportive for you, and what's, you know, going to help you grow, or bring you the relationship that you desire. One more message, I think. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. Yeah. So we have the Queen of Swords as well. So I feel like she's in the right upright position, which is a good thing. This is talking about she can be cutthroat as well. She's like the King of Swords, but the feminine counterpart. So a more feminine energy. Not that this has got anything to do with gender, right? These are energetic archetypes. But yeah, the Queen of Swords, I feel like she's sort of balanced. Like they want you to get into this kind of energy where it's not you're accepting it, it's not overtaking you. Um, and then you can make the plans. Then you can make the plans and see them come to fruition, whatever that is. But um, I don't know. It's an interesting energy. The Knight of Cups in reverse, and then the Moon. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of like they're saying like now's not the time to take new offers. Now's not the time to try and manifest anything. It's time to come back to yourself and kind of, find the balance, and then you'll know exactly what it is that you need to do. This is why they're asking you to get more information, right? Um, so yeah, and then, within a few weeks, things are going to change around for you. And then within a year from now, you'll see things start to really change and improve. So hopefully that gave you a good message. It was a pretty intense one. Sorry, guys, but I've got to read what I see. Um, and yeah, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up if it resonated or made sense to you. Maybe you could leave a comment. And other than that, hopefully I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And thanks for watching.